Mrs. Walker'd string you up if she knew you'd been swilling your ugly mug in her kitchen.
Well, freezing up there. I don't suppose there's any chance of a bacon butty, is there?
Right.
Oh, there is?
There is. Unless, of course, you're thinking of making one, in which case, count us in.
In which case, forget it.
See you, Betty, love. Come in. Have you said any more to her?
Well, I haven't had much chance, have I?
Well, don't you think you'd better, Fred? I mean, there's no point in me making arrangements to have my hair done if it's going to come to naught.
Well, it won't, will it?
Well, you know what Betty said. She's not stopping here looking after this place on her own while we go swanning off to that Newton and Ridley do.
Oh, leave Betty to me. I'll fix her. Just a question of picking the right time, innit? Take.
Oh, yes. Like that, is it?
Like what?
Well, I'm not daft. I mean, I know you were talking about me.
We were talking about the Newton and Ridley do, if you must know. Right, Fred?
Right.
What about it?
Well, we were just saying, Betty, that, well, I mean, we knew you wouldn't let us down.
No.
I mean, sometimes we say things on the spur of the moment, we realise that, but, I mean, after all, when you've slept on it...
Do you know, Fred, it's funny you should say that.
Eh?
Yes, I've thought of nothing but that since yesterday, you know.
Really?
Yeah, and the answer's still no.
Oh, Betty, come on.
Now, listen, save your breath, Fred. I've told you. I am not stopping here running this place single-handed. Not for a gold clock.
By heck, that were telling her, Fred. She were like putty in your hands.
Hello, bricklayers. Yeah, is Frank... Oh, it's you, Frank. Oh, hi, Frank. It's Freddie at Rovers, yes. Look, I'm in a bit of a spot. I need a relief barmaid for a night for, let's see, it's a week Monday. I just wondered if you could help me out, that's all, you know.
Come on, Bet, love, have you stopped serving?
Not yet, Jacko, but in your case, it could be arranged if you come out with any more cracks like that.
Put us a pint in there, lovey.
Well, if it Birdman from Alcatraz.
Oh, hello, Vera. I've just got a round in, otherwise I'd get you one.
Well, you haven't paid for it yet. Yes, ladies? I'll have a bottle of lager, kid.
Yes, same, love.
Right, that's 2 bottles, love.
Well, why don't you invite all the factory? Come on, girl, Jacko's getting them in. Fill your boots.
Oh, is he with you?
It won't be in a minute. I take it you have fixed that pigeon coat, have you? You know, and got rid of that clothes prop.
Let's just say I've adjusted it.
Adjusted it?
Yeah, so the next person that gets me up at 8 o'clock in the morning, it's gonna fall on them from a great height and may never be seen again.
I won't put it past him, neither.
It's funny, isn't it, that, Vera?
Oh, aye, flipping hilarious.
No, I'm not talking about that, love. I'm thinking about my Bert. Dead keen on doing yourself for you what out like a sticky hinge or a slippy door and he'd have it fixed next to no time.
Yeah, well, you see, that's where our Jack goes wrong, you see. He likes to think about things. Only trouble is, he takes that long thinking about it, he forgets what job we're in first place.
Oh, thanks, Frank. Thanks a million, mate. Be seeing you.
Well?
Well, what?
How'd you get on?
I've got somebody coming round after closing time to have a little chat.
You better be good. I'm warning you, Fred. Because if you think that you can palm us off with the first duck egg that shows a face in here, you've got another thing coming. Hey, you've seen the time, have you?
Yes, Betty, I've seen the time.
Well, I hope she's going to be a bit more reliable than this next week.
All right, Betty, don't keep going on about it.
Look, if you want to stop here gassing, you're very welcome. I'm off out. I've got some shopping to do.
See you, Fred. Be good.
Mr. G?
No, love, not me.
I mean, is he here?
Fred, you've got a visitor.
Mr. G?
That's right.
Sorry I'm late. I've waited nearly 25 minutes for a bus in Church Street.
That's all right, love, you're here now. That's all that matters, isn't it? I thought you two wanted to be off early.
Come on.
Drop the latch. Sorry about that, I didn't introduce myself. My name's G, Fred G. I'm the manager. Well, temporary manager.
Kath Goodwin. I think you know what I do.
Well, not everything, but that's what we're here to find out, isn't it?
Well, I don't know what Frank's told you, but I've not been in the licensed trade all that long.
No. Well, he did mention it. What's Mr. Goodwin feel about you being the centre of attraction behind the bar, then?
I'll give you his phone number if you like. You can ask him.
Oh, see.
He's in Australia. Emigrated there 5 years ago after the divorce.
Divorce? Oh, well, footloose and fancy-free then, eh?
One way of putting it, I suppose.
Well, there's a coincidence, Kath. So am I.
Really?
Yes, really.
Right now, Frank said it'd be just the one night you'd be needing me. Is that right?
Yes, well, I did say that on the phone, but, look, Kath, I'm just making a pot of tea. I'm just going to have one myself. Would you like one?
I could murder one.
This way. Straight through, love.
Thanks, Mr. G.
Fred.
Thanks, Fred.
Come out, Betty, come on, love.
Hey, has he said that to you?
All of this is waiting for a phone call.
What's he up to now?
Whatever it is, it's all right by me.
Hey?
Well, let's face it, Betty, it's keeping him out of our earth for 10 minutes, isn't it? That's better. Decided to join the land of the living at last, have you? Glad you could make it before closing time.
I told you, Lynch, I've been on a little bit of business.
You said you were waiting for a phone call.
That's right.
Not to do with this dolly daydream that was here this afternoon?
It would, as a matter of fact. And her name happens to be Kath.
Fred, when I said that I wasn't going to run this bar on my own, I meant it. I mean, I need help, and help I mean to get. Not just somebody that can drape themselves over a bar stool and do naught else.
Betty's right, you know, friend. She's not exactly God's gift to the licensing trade, you've got to admit it.
Now, come on, stick her behind this bar. She's about as much use as a pound of tripe. I mean, by the time we've told her where everything is, it's time to go home.
Well, it's nice to know we're on the same wavelength, isn't it?
Eh?
How do you mean?
Well, I mean, I'm first to admit it. Kath will need a few extra days to know her way round, a few extra days to get a hand in.
Extra days? How many extra days?
She's just phoned up to say she can come for a week. She's starting Monday.
A week?
Happy now?
Well, somebody is. That's for sure. You've been at it all morning.
Whistling, you mean?
Yeah.
What's it got a whistle about?
Exactly. We've not been going round as though we've scoffed a bag of birdseed, have we?
I don't feel like whistling.
No, me. But he does, obviously.
Hey, he's smitten again, isn't he?
I'd say he was showing all the signs of being on heat. Yes, I would.
This woman, you know, the one that he's got his hired for next week.
Kath?
Yeah.
I don't like the sound of that name for some reason, Betty. It sounds a bit bold to me, don't you think?
Oh, she's not bold. She seems very nice.
We've only seen her the once.
Yeah.
And I mean, she was here for a job.
Yeah.
She was bound to act a bit demure.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't melt.
Well, it beats me why you're taking her on for a full week. And she's only needed for one night. I mean, the night you and him are going to the ball.
Now, Betty.
Oh, well.
Anyway, that's it, isn't it? He's fallen for her big blue eyes.
How do you know they were blue?
Well, they would be to Fred, Betty. There's only two sorts of women in Fred's book. Dead and propositionable.
I must be dead then.
Yeah.
Listen, you're not telling me he's forking out a full week's wages, you know, just because he fancies his chances with her. And it don't sound like Fred, that. A fella that won't even give you the top off his boiled egg.
Betty.
What?
Sex is a very funny thing.
Yeah.
It can clean out the deepest pockets overnight. Especially when you don't get that much of it, like that what Fred doesn't.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's time we found out what is going on in that video nasty he calls her mind.
Do you need any help, lovey?
Only if he overdoes the dumb insolence bit, and we have to resort to a snake bite or two. Give us a couple of minutes, Cock.
Okay, do.
Hello, Fred.
How do, Lynchy?
You sound very happy this morning, Fred.
Oh, well, life's what you make it, Lynch. That's what I say, anyway.
Oh, and you're still cheerful, fancy.
You what?
Nothing. Any special reason for your jollity?
Nope.
Not had a good win on the GGs?
Not lately.
How about the pools?
Chance would be a fine thing.
I know. You found your toupee, had that thrush taking it for a nest like we thought.
Ha, flipping ha.
Then it must be a woman.
Oh, give over. All the women I've had to fight off over the years. Not going to go cartwheels over this one.
Then why are you taking that barmaid on for a full week? Instead of just the one night we're going to the brewery on?
Well, she said one night was no good to it. Had to be a week or nothing. So you see, your mate there's costing me money, isn't she? Costing me money to have somebody near to hold her hand. But we know the reason, don't we, Lynch?
Oh.
The reason is she's jealous. Because I've taken you and not her.
Oh.
Story of my life, Lynch. Always been a martyr to jealous women. I was just born too devilish handsome, that's my problem.
Hey, what did you find out?
Either we were wrong, Betty, or he's learning to fib a lot better. And that could be very, very dangerous. Where's Clint Eastwood, then?
Oh, struggling with his VAT. It's a pathetic sight.
Has he not mastered that calculator he bought himself yet?
No, I don't think so, lovey. Hey, hey.
What?
Could just come through the door.
Hello there, it's Kath Goodwin, isn't it? That's right. Is Fred dead?
Mr. G, is he busy? I don't want to trouble him if he is, only never told me what time he wanted me in next week. And as I was passing, I thought I'd just pop in and ask.
Mr. G would never forgive us if we let you go without him seeing you. Would he, Betty?
No, I wouldn't.
Would you go and tell Mr. G that Kath is here to see him? Would you do that for me, Betty?
Right.
You don't mind me calling you Kath, do you?
That's my name.
You know, Kath, you must have made a very big impression on Mr. G. He's talked about nothing else.
Really?
Well, you must have. Him taking you on for a full week when really we only needed somebody.
Kathy, nice to see you, Lala.
Hello, Fred.
Would you like a little drink, Comes? What about something short?
All right then. I'll have a brandy and dry.
Brandy and dry, Lynch, that's quick. Oh, it's nice to see you.
What do you find out?
Only that she's got very expensive tastes and Fred doesn't seem to mind. Oh.
They are, love.
Thank you.
Start, Eric. Getting on like house on fire, aren't they?
I told you she were a bold and Betty. And Fred's such a sucker. One whiff of cheap scent, he's flat on his back with his arms and legs waving in the air.
Well, I thought your scent smelled lovely and expensive.
Shut up, Betty.
She's quite enough.
Does it? A bit of a rush on about 6:30, but I coped. Alone.
Where's Fred?
Up in his room, dolling himself up to meet his public, I shouldn't wonder.
Oh, yeah. Not the same, is it, Bet? You know, when Mrs. Walker was here.
She could be a bit of a tartar as well, we know. But at least she's not a psychopathic rattlesnake. Yes, Alf?
Pint of bitter, please, Bet, and give me one.
Yeah, I'll have a pint with you, thanks.
I don't drink pints, Alf, unfortunately.
This time we learnt then, isn't it?
It's worth a try.
Not a bad sort of a night out. No? What's this? That reference you wanted?
What's changed?
Well, I've been thinking about it, you know, and he didn't make a bad job of them floorboards and the shop door. So I'll put it on link letter anyway. And, Eddie wrote if it's any good to you.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks very much.
£1.30, please, Alf. Spot on.
Cheers.
Has he surfaced yet?
It's in the living room, not in his cravat.
Oh, is he? Well, I'm fed up with this, Betty.
Yeah.
I'm going to knot his cravat for him, right round his windpipe.
Wait, don't go spilling any blood on that carpet. Take him in the kitchen.
Look, Fred, I am sick
Lynch,
and flaming
Lynch,
tired.
Lynch, please. I really think you ought to know. And after all, you do for Mrs. Walker, and I am her deputy sheriff.
At least Mrs. Walker pulled her weight round here.
Oh. Finding it all too much for you, eh? Are you feeling the strain, is that it?
Yes, we are, as a matter of fact, both of us.
Well, never mind. Kath will be here next week. She'll show you how it's done. A little competition might sharpen you up, Lynch. That's if it's not too late.
Look, Fred, I am sick
Lynch,
and flaming
Lynch,
tired.
Lynch, please. I really think you ought to know. And after all, you do for Mrs. Walker, and I am her deputy sheriff.
At least Mrs. Walker pulled her weight round here.
Oh. Finding it all too much for you, eh? Are you feeling the strain, is that it?
Yes, we are, as a matter of fact, both of us.
Well, never mind. Kath will be here next week. She'll show you how it's done. A little competition might sharpen you up, Lynch. That's if it's not too late.
I've been knocking for the last 10 minutes. A woman what lives halfway down Rosamond Street said she heard me, but not our Fred.
It'll be in a coma. He goes clubbing it after we shut, you know. Gets home me about 2 o'clock, scoffs half a dozen bacon butties and goes out like a light.
Hang on a minute.
What?
Listen.
I can't hear anything.
Exactly. It's deathly quiet.
Oh, do shut up, Hilda.
Well, he does live here on his own, you know. And you hear of some terrible things happening to folk these days, even in their own beds. I mean, folk being robbed and mugged, murdered even.
Hilda. Fred? Come on, get yourself up out of that ferry touch you call a bed. Fred?
He's not answering.
I know he's not answering, Hilda. Fred? It's gone 10 o'clock. On your plate some meat.
Do you think we should send for police?
No, don't be so daft. I'll just go and see what he's up to. He's probably got his head under clothes or something.
Oh, mercy flowers.
It's the phone, Hilda, not a fire engine. Hello, Rovers Return, Lynch speaking. Who did you say was speaking? Oh, I see. Oh, well, I am sorry. Well, he was all right when we left him last night. Yeah, I suppose he is bound to be a bit run down after his operation and all that. Well, thanks for ringing up and telling us. Oh, and tell him not to worry. Bye.
We're at police. Is he hurt? Is he in the hospital?
Would he take us like the police? We're Fred's sister. Apparently, he arrives on a doorstep sometime in the middle of the night in a right state, shivering and complaining of a raging headache. So they sent for the doctor and he's got pneumonia or something very like it.
It'll be a virus. Everything's a virus these days.
Yeah, but the point is, Hilda, what about us here? We're on us Tods again, me and Betty.
Yeah, well, Mrs. Walker will likely send her Billy steaming up here again, won't she? Bet you like that, both of you.
About as much as we'd like to live off semolina pudding for a week.
Oh, yeah. What about this new barmaid what Fred's took on? Now, what are you going to do about her?
Oh, tell her to hop it. What else?
How long is he going to be off then?
God knows. Sounded like it could be a long time, the way his sister were talking.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if we never seen him again. I mean, if it is his chest, big fella like that, short neck. Well, you have noticed Fred's neck, have you?
What's his neck got to do with it?
It's very short. Huh? Oh, it's a bad thing, that, if you've got a bad chest, you know. It's a well-known fact.
I wish you'd go and knit yourself some, Hilda.
Listen, this is just as much my business as it is yours, Bet Lynch. I mean, anything what's likely to affect my conditions of employment, I've a right to be kept informed about. You ask Len Murray.
Go on, love.
That's it, love.
Well, have you told anybody?
She rang up Mrs. Walker and told her.
And?
Oh, she was about as much use as a chocolate teapot.
She says we'll just have to soldier on for the time being.
How about Billy coming up again?
Oh, he's too busy making money in Jersey. Or losing it, more likely.
It's not a situation I like. I mean, we're neither fish nor fowl, are we? You know, we're not in charge, and yet we're responsible for anything that goes wrong here.
Very true.
Yeah, but if anything did go really wrong, I mean, it'd be Mrs. Walker what to go to jail, because her name's above the door. Hey, we could all visit her, take her a file hidden in the parking. She'd never find it because she hates parking.
Now, talking about somebody being in charge, if you're looking for a volunteer...
Hey, hang on. I haven't seen you on here.
Good. Well, then you've got a job to do this dinner time, haven't you?
Have I?
Fire my lady when she comes. Fred's bit of fluff.
Oh, God. Oh, I forgot about that.
Poor Fred. He must have thought he was home and dry, you know. Manager, new bird on the payroll, then wallop, straight in bed, hot flush.
He'll not be able to go to this brewery, neither, will he?
Not unless he goes wrapped in an army blanket, or whatever it is he wears in bed.
Wait, we shouldn't laugh, should we? Well, I mean, perhaps we could keep her on, you know, this Kath Goodwin. I mean, we're very short-staffed, aren't we? I mean, there's no Mrs. Walker, no Fred.
No. Fire her, Betty.
Eh?
You know what they say about women sharing the same kitchen? It's just the same when they share the same bar. Apart from that, she's too good-looking. We'll manage.
Yeah, here, we will manage, the three of us. Oh, women's libs got to the Rovers at last.
Morning, girls.
Oh.
Sorry I'm late, but traffic lights weren't working in Green Lane. Do you know that bus were held up for ages?
Hey, that's all right, Kath, love. Isn't it, Betty?
Oh, yes, of course it is, love.
Right then, I'd better get my coat off and get cracking, hadn't I? Shall I put my coat in back?
Before you take your coat off, Kath, love, Betty wants a word with you, don't you, Betty?
Oh, yes. Would you like to come through? This way.
Was she in here yesterday?
Very probably.
Talking to Fred, friend of his, like.
She was, briefly.
Very nice, isn't she?
I wouldn't get yourself in a lather, Jack, love, because your acquaintance with her is going to be even briefer than Fred's.
So you see, lovey, I mean, that's the situation.
Poor Mr. G. He looks so healthy too.
Yeah.
Do you know, we're looking forward to working here. It's such a friendly little place, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But we'll pay you something, lovey, you know, say, a couple of days.
Oh, we're booked for a week.
Oh, of course you are.
Oh, I'm so disappointed. I thought I'd landed on my feet here, Betty. Mr. G was so sweet.
Oh, yes, it can be.
Perhaps you'll be needing somebody in the future.
Yes, I'm sure we will, love.
Will you keep me in mind, then?
Absolutely.
Won't keep you a minute, love.
No rush.
It's worth waiting for.
Eh?
Ale in here. Like cream.
Oh, glad to hear it.
Yes, sir, what's your tipple?
I'm a beer man myself.
Mild or bitter?
That's if I was here for a drink.
Aren't you?
No.
What are you here for, then?
Brewery sent me. I'm the new temporary manager.
You're having me on.
I'm not. Frank Harvey's the name. I'm buck up. It's not the end of the world.
Betty, love, I'd like you to meet somebody. This is Mr. Harvey. This is Betty Turpin, our head bar person.
How do you do, Betty?
How do you do?
Mr. Harvey's...
Frank to his friends.
Frank's from the brewery.
Oh, come on, love. Bet it doesn't take you this long to ask for a rise. I'm the new temporary bar manager, Betty, while Fred's in dock.
I thought we were supposed to be...
Kath, I wonder if you could do us a favour, love. Look after the bar for 5 minutes while we have a confab.
Right, yeah. It'll be a bit strange, though.
Just do your best.
Who's she, then?
Just somebody Fred took on.
Greedy man, is he, Fred?
Pardon?
Well, didn't he have enough to look at with you?
Oh, thank you very much.
I say, like I was saying, I thought it was Mrs. Walker's idea that we looked after the place.
It was, Betty, for about 5 minutes. Then she rang the brewery and asked them to send somebody.
But don't you trust us?
Not a lot.
Now, look on the bright side. I'm here. And let me put my cards on the table right from the start. I'm not here to break any pots. I like a quiet life, me. And if you two can help me to keep it quiet, you'll hardly know I'm here. Now, can I say fairer than that?
No.
Right. Now, who's going to be the first one to make me a cup of tea?
I will.
Oh, and by the way, I'm a bachelor.
Yeah, it's a bit diabolical. You getting the elbow on your first take.
Well, it's nothing they could help, is it?
Listen, do you want me to have a word with them on your behalf, like?
Well, if you think it'll do any good. Yes, why not?
Well, look, tell you what, darling. Them girls will do anything for me, I'll tell you, especially Bet. Because I've done her a few favours, you know what I mean? I'd be doing a favour for you, wouldn't I? You know what I mean, like?
Oh, you would.
I'll have a light ale if you're not too busy.
Hello, Louis. This is the wife, by the way.
I do have a name, you know. Vera.
Hello, Vera.
This is Kath. She was going to work here, but she isn't anymore.
Oh, I've love. You'll never know what you've missed.
A light ale, won't it?
How you doing, love?
Well, it's not exactly busy, is it?
No. That fella's the new manager the brewery sent in.
Here. Do you think if I had a word with him, it just might... Well, you know.
Well, it's worth a try, love, but as you can see, there's hardly enough work for 2 of us, never mind 3.
No. Ah, well. Never mind.
Behave yourselves.
Hello again.
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm here to work. What else?
To work? I thought Betty had paid you up, didn't you, Betty?
Oh, well, not exactly. I mean, I was going to do, and then Frank, he said he'd see to it, didn't he?
He did just the opposite. Well, when I went to get my money this afternoon, he asked me to stop on, didn't he? He said I'd be doing him a favour and that my experience in the trade would come in useful while he got settled in. Sorry. I thought you knew. I thought he'd have said something to you. Still, I'm not complaining.
What kind of a sign do you think that was? Him keeping her on?
He just needs more work than I thought, that's all, Betty.
And a bit more overtime.
If required, Betty, love. If required.
Now, you can have a little drink with me before you start work. I don't know whose sherry this is, but it's good stuff.
Aren't you having one?
Never touch it till after closing time. I've seen too many mates in this trade get the taste go to pot. And another thing, you start drinking with the customers and they think just because you bought them a drink, they can take advantage. You know, little drink after time.
You seem to be knowing a lot about the licensing trade.
Oh, I've been in it for years, love. I should know a lot. Yes, I've worked in bars all around the world, posh hotels, big liners.
Oh, you're making me very envious. Cheers.
Cheers. Talking of mates, Kath, I hope that's what you and me are going to become here.
Oh?
We're both strangers, aren't we?
Why didn't you tell the girls you'd take me back on?
Didn't I?
No.
Must have slipped me memory. No, what I was saying about you and me being the new lads, if you'll excuse the expression in your case, well, we can help each other against the residents, like.
I suppose so.
I'm sure we can.
Yes, folks, what are you having? And by the way, if you don't want me to serve you, just say so. We have a selection of barmaids now. Vera, you look like I feel, cop.
I don't feel very well, kid, thanks to womenist faggots.
He's not been bringing his women home again.
Ha ha ha. Look, it was a good meal with that.
It were like chewing tennis balls, you mean?
Good for you, I mean. Just a shock to the system, that's all, after all the rubbish we're used to eating. I mean, your stomach's not upset, it's just working for once.
Right, Jack, pint, is it?
Rum and pep.
Rum and pep. Vera,
Do you sell liver salt?
2 rum and pep. I wonder what they're doing back there.
Best not to ask.
You know, Betty, I sometimes wonder if you really are a friend of mine.
Don't look to me for sympathy. You're only getting what you deserve for trying to get rid of her. I like her. I think she's a very nice woman.
Well, that's it. I know how to tackle my own kind. But nice women, they're an unknown quantity. I've not met many of them.
Hey, I'm a nice woman.
Yeah, you're all right. But I've seen you stick the old app in now and again.
Yeah, and I've enjoyed it and all. Hey, up, she's here.
Well, here I am, ready and willing.
God, I hope you didn't tell him that.
Pardon?
Nothing. So, what have you and Yogi Bear been nattering about then?
Well, you'll never guess what he's just asked me.
No, I wouldn't, love. I'm very slow.
He's only asked me to go with him to this Newton and Ridley dance.
Oh, what did you say?
I said I would. Well, it'd be silly not to, wouldn't I? I mean, I've heard all about these dudes. They're very good.
2.5 pints, please, love.
I'll serve him.
Well, I don't know what to say.
Don't say a word, Betty. It could be your last, seeing as you're the human being that's standing nearest to me.
You're a very attractive lady, if you don't mind me saying so. In fact, you're a considerable adornment to this pub.
Ooh, thank you very much.
Riley. Hello. Oh, morning, Mr. Harvey.
Mrs. Ogden,
I hope you was pleased with my work this morning.
first class.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting my manners, aren't I? You won't know Deirdre Barlow, will you? Deirdre, this is Mr. Harvey. He's managing the Rovers at present. I'm very professional, if I might say.
How do you do?
Is there no end to the beautiful women in this street?
Oh, I like it.
Talk about a silver tongue.
Hey, Frank, what are you doing around here?
Hello, Alf. I'm down the Rovers for a spell, deputising for Fred G.
Oh, aye, I do as badly again.
Yeah, we all know why, don't we? Burning the candle in the middle as well as both ends.
How do you two know each other? Are you on the council as well?
Oh, no way, yeah. I'm not crafty enough to be a politician.
Who is?
No, Alf and me just lived in the same small town for a long time.
Aye, too long. What can I do you for?
Well, I was wondering if there's anywhere around here where I could find some cufflinks. I'm going to a dress do and I've left mine back at me digs.
Oh, I can lend you a pair of cufflinks.
Oh, thanks very much. You're a mate.
This dress do wouldn't be the Newton and Ridley dance, would it?
It would.
Oh, snap. Me and my husband are going to the same do.
You're joking.
I'm not.
Oh, what a night I'm going to have, eh? Oh, hello, Beth. Didn't know you lived here.
Ah, she doesn't actually live here, you know. She's just got a couple of rooms.
Thanks for the explanation, Alf. There's a lot of things you don't know about me, Mr. Harvey. See you later at the Ritz Hotel, then, will I?
Send for the police if you don't.
Good.
Not much sign of the spring feeling there, was there? Of course, it's all that weight she carries swinging off her ears.
Anyway, I'll look them cufflinks out for you, shall I?
Oh, thanks very much, Alf. You're a client down the Rovers, are you?
Oh, you can say that again and again.
Yeah, I'll be down at the first opportunity to drink your health. At the brewer's expense, of course.
I'm very careful with the brewery's money, Alf. Cheerio now.
Ta-da, love.
Won't be a minute, Bet. Just seeing if this bow tie's shiny. I've had it a few years now.
That's not the only thing that's likely to be shiny and all.
What's that?
Why did you tell Kath such a load of lies about me not wanting to go to this dance? And about me and Fred as well?
Lies? What lies?
Kath reckons that you told her that I only wanted to go with Fred, and that me and Fred are closer than your eyes.
What's she talking about? You girls have got some imaginations.
Go on, I'm listening.
Well, I might have suggested that you were a bit upset, you know, about Fred being ill. I mean, you've been on the phone often enough asking how he is.
Well, he is a mate. Well, sort of. You know, like you can get to like a ferret.
It was Kath that suggested that you might not feel like going to the dance. You know, what with the upset.
Kath?
Yeah. I just fell in with her suggestion. I mean, have you seen her big blue eyes? I'm only a normal fella, Bet.
They're brown, actually. All right. Tell her it was all a mistake. Tell her I'm going after all.
No, I can't do that, Bet. You see, she's not as you.
As what as me?
As tough.
You mean like an old boot?
No. I mean experienced. I mean, she's likely to go to pieces from the disappointment. Now, you wouldn't want that on your conscience, would you?
You're a liar, Mr. Harvey. You even managed to put Fred in the shade. And that is saying something. Believe me.
Belle, love. Any chance of me offering the olive branch?
I hate olives.
You know, the white flag, eh? The Piper piece. See, me and Kath, well, we've discussed it, and she has admitted that she was in the wrong. You know, suggesting that you might not want to go to the dance. So, I'm asking you, do you?
You mean, do I want to go to the dance with you, Mr. Harvey?
Exactly. Hey, you'll have a fantastic time with me, you know. I'm very well in at the brewery. You'll be treated like a VIP.
Get knotted, Mr. Harvey. You and your dancing pumps.
But it'll be a very good night. I mean, Newton and Ridley's annual thrash speaks for itself, doesn't it, eh? So what do you say, darling? How do you fancy being squire to the social event of the year by yours truly? You don't? Agnes, love, I could pick you up about 8. In a taxi, of course. Look, and there's going to be a buffet supper, champagne, the lot. Now, be honest, darling. How often do you get an offer like this, eh? There's no need to be offensive, Agnes. I mean, there are birds that give their right arm to be asked. All right, I will ask them. And it's the last time I give you a call, darling. Oh, yeah. Oh, and by the way, how's that old bat of a mother of yours still hanging upside down from the ceiling?
He's still trying to get somebody to go with him tonight. He's on to one in Liverpool now called Agnes. I think he's getting desperate.
Is that a fact?
Serve him right, you know, if he has to go on his own the way he's treated you. I mean, you were all set to go with him, and then he invites somebody behind your back.
Morning, Betty.
Hello, lovey. Oh, hey, aren't they lovely flowers?
Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah.
Do you know, I felt like buying an armful. Can I put me in water till I go home?
Yeah, of course you can, lovely. Go.
Kath, darling, don't know which looks the more beautiful, you or them flowers.
Really?
Hey, did you ever do that trick when you were a kid, you know, hold a buttercup under your chin, and if the yellow colour reflected on your skin, it meant you liked butter?
No, I didn't. And anyway, these aren't buttercups.
No, well, I mean, I know that, don't I? But, I mean, you got a daffodil there, I could show you.
Oh, I don't think so, Frank. I've got to get him into water quick.
Kath!
Yes.
Be a sport, eh? Come with me tonight, and what do you say? You'll have the time of your life.
Sorry, Frank.
But you were all for it yesterday.
Yes, but that was before I knew all the facts. Sorry.
There's a funny smell coming from your hot pot, Betty.
It's what's known as cooking, love.
Oh, I see. Should there be smoke as well? Oh. I'm only kidding.
Oh, hey, he's asked Kath to go with him again. She's refused, though.
Not having much luck at all, is he?
Thank you, darling. You are a credit to your profession.
Thank you, Jack. But I'd be nowhere without you, love. I wouldn't have a job at all if it wasn't for work-shy boozers like yourself.
Oh, that was nasty. Never forgiven me for throwing her over, you know. Used to be violently in love with me.
Is that a fact?
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
I wouldn't know about that.
Being attractive to women, you know, can be dangerous as well as very pleasurable. Anyway, cheers.
Cheers, Cock.
Casting my bread on waters, you know, buying you this drink.
Oh, aye.
Look into the time when you're a big building tycoon, going everywhere by taxi. My taxi.
That'll be the day.
Hey, listen, there's a few in this town went to school with me, you know. First up, best dressed, you know what I mean? You want to see them now. Whiskey drinkers, big mercs, the lot.
Well, there's a fair bit of work about these days, but none of it seems to be coming my way. I'm just hoping this chapel roof job will get me a bit better now, like.
Well, that's the way, innit? I mean, first you do a good job, get your reputation, then you can start cutting corners, thinking about your profit, can't you?
I don't think that's my way, Cock.
Listen, kiddo, it's all about money. You want to have a word with some of my customers when they flash in the wallet, impressing the birds in the early hours.
Hi, lads. It's all fixed up. You can come round our place tonight.
Hey, that's great, Curly. Yeah, but what about this landlady of yours? I mean, she's a bit of a sourpuss, isn't she? I mean, she's even given me funny looks when I've tried to be matey.
Well, I don't think you're subtle enough for Mrs. Bishop, Teddy.
Hey, what's it for, Eyes?
No, I didn't mean... Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. She won't be there. She's going out.
Even better.
Well, not really. She's only going next door.
She won't hear what I'm hoping to do.
Ah, yeah. Well, that's another thing. I've not actually, well, told her that the girls are coming as well.
Why not? She knows you go out with girls, don't you? He's only been at it lately, Kev, since we put him onto the lovely Elaine, eh? Oh, that's true.
I don't know. I didn't tell her. Just never came up in conversation.
Anyway, yours a pint.
Right, come on, then.
I was hoping you'd be in this dinner time, friend.
Listen, cash on the nail tonight, Frank, lad, or you can walk to your soiree.
Oh, no, that's understood. No, it's just that I've heard you're a bit of a stag, you know, that you know a few tasty birds.
You know, my reputation amazes me sometimes.
Yeah, well, I was wondering if you knew one who might like a night out. You know, it's this brewery dance. I mean, it's not rubbish, is it? Wouldn't want her to be rubbish either.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be doing you no favours, Frank, if I did find you a bird.
Of course you would, mate. And I wouldn't forget it in a hurry either. I mean, it's not a dairy I'm running here, is it, eh? Enough said.
Yeah, but if you took out a bird of mine, I mean, she'd be making comparisons all night, wouldn't you? Comparing you with me. And then she'd finish up all night being dead miserable. I've seen it happen. And there's only one thing worse than a miserable woman. Our Vera when she's laughing.
What you mean is, a night out with me and she'd think you were a pudding. Bet!
Yes?
I've got a job for you tonight.
Oh?
You're coming with me to this dance. Now, I'm not asking you. I'm ordering you. As gaffer of this pub, so you got no choice, right?
All right, Mr. Harvey. Whatever you say.
See? It's the only way to be with women. Firm.
Deirdre, you look terrific. Look, ain't you, Kath?
Really lovely.
I wish you were by myself.
Oh, no, you look terrific as well, lovely.
Listen, the two of them, I prefer taking him.
Oh, no, thanks. We'll probably have more than enough later on.
Hey, some people have all the luck, don't they? Fancy going to a do run by the brewery. Paradise, that
Is Mr. Harvey ready?
He's been ready for hours, lovely.
Oh, that's more than I can say for my husband. He was only late home from work tonight.
Busy at the office.
A likely story.
Here's the MC now.
Are we ready then, folks?
Absolutely.
Right, come on, Jack Dotworth. Let's go and pick up Bet. The sooner we get going, the sooner I get on the floor.
Is Bet coming?
Yeah, did you know?
Oh, she never mentioned it when I saw her this afternoon.
I didn't know neither.
See you, girls. Don't wait up for me.
You gotta hope.
Ta-ra.
Enjoy yourselves. Ta-da, love.
Hello, Mr. Harvey. Just off, are we? Come on then, Jack. Get this clapped out taxi. Yours moving.
Is this your idea of a joke, darling?
A joke? I'm here to go to this dance with you, Mr. Harvey, just like you said I had to.
You're not even worth thumping. You are pathetic.
Hey, what you playing at?
Just striking a blow for all the women that men think they can use as toys when it's convenient, eh, Kath?
Dead right, kid.
But I am sorry if I got your night off to a bad start.
I'm just amazed.
Yeah, well, I think we'd better go before you turn into a pumpkin.
I think we'd better have.
I'm just trying to decide whether this get-up's an improvement.
On your back, Duckworth, before I think up something for you like a broken arm.
Hey, old Frank don't want to dance with me.
Oh, bet.
Here, you're a caution, aren't you?
Oh.
Drinks all round? On me.
It's horrible.
Campers.
Morning. Oh, there was no damage as such, no, but it was just they'd brought some girls back with them and, well, I didn't feel like inquiring too closely about what they were getting up to.
Who's this, and can anybody join in? £1.12.
Oh, just Norman and some of his friends.
Being physical with her. So what did you do?
Just told them it was time they were getting home.
Oh, you should have rung Sunday papers, love. You could have made a lot of money out of that. Deirdre, I'm forgetting. How did Fat Frank get on at the Newton and Ridley do?
Well, he seemed to be enjoying himself from what I could see.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You didn't notice him disgracing himself, did you?
Not when I left, no.
It sounds like he missed a right good do.
Very likely. I've been missing him all my life. Why should last night be any different?
Slice white, love.
Perhaps I did rather overreact.
Hey, it's your house, love.
Oh, I know. I must have seemed such an old fuddy-duddy.
Are you sorry that this is your last day? You know, come on, tell the truth.
Well, I am, actually. I mean, there's never a dull moment here, is there?
I wouldn't say that, lover.
Well, there haven't been this week.
No, I'll tell you what it is, though. Things are a lot different, you know, Mrs. Walker. She's the licensee.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she's got sort of, you know, a calming effect. Things are a lot less hectic with her around.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Morning, Beth.
Morning, love.
Do you want a cup of tea, kid?
Hi, go on, cock. So, where's Prince Charming, then?
Not showed his face yet.
Oh, so we don't know how he went on? Whether he found his Cinderella and got left with a glass welly?
It's one thing we do know, lovey. There's your tea.
Tell 'em.
Somebody is going to have to start shifting crates in the not-too-distant future. And by the looks of the things, it's going to be us.
Hey, I'll give him a yodel. Come on, Rip Van Twinkle-Toes. Let's be having you.
No, it's quite a different atmosphere when Mr. Walker's around. It's awful.
They've played the last waltz. The party's over.
Hey, I never heard a thing.
Look, I know it might sound a bit daft, but do we know that he ever got back last night?
You mean he might be lying in a gutter somewhere, swollen with free booze?
Well...
I never heard a thing. Not a footfall. Nothing.
Well, somebody had better go and have a look then.
Yeah.
Betty?
Why me?
Well, I mean, you are the oldest. You've been married and all that.
You're coming with me then?
Go on, but don't leave us on my own.
I won't. Shut up.
I don't suppose you want me to come with you as well, do you?
Well, that depends, Kath, on what you've been vaccinated against.
Well, there's somebody up there.
We asked the gods for a sign.
And they gave us one.
Yes, young man. Oh, is this an invasion or what?
Eh?
You normally have to show your pension book to get in here.
I'd throw them all out. We used to be a respectable watering hole in this.
Hey, it's to get away from people like you that we've come in here.
Hey, no one's going to buy you a drink and all.
Yeah.
Do you know, I wish I'd never asked. What were it you wanted, love?
A brown ale and a portion meat and take pie, please.
I'm sorry, love, no brown ales. The chap that should ump 'em up from the cellar hasn't managed to ump himself out of bed yet.
Oh, half a bitter then.
Half a bitter.
Yeah, love it.
Hey, that was lovely.
And another for one of the teeny boppers in the snug.
Oh, right. Oh, good morning. Oh, good afternoon, should I say.
Is it? Yeah.
Did you have a nice time?
Oh, very nice, yeah.
Yes.
We didn't wake you up with us talking, did we?
I've been up for a while. I just didn't feel like coming down, that's all.
Well, now you're here, we want some light ales, brown ales and mixers from the cellar.
All in good time.
Oh, best cure for hangover. 2 pints of bitter rapid. It's only dehydration, you know.
Here, stick your gob under the pump.
Just for the record, I happen to be feeling perfectly all right. Just got a bit of a headache, that's all. Bet, love, does Mrs. Walker keep any paracetamol anywhere?
She does, yeah.
Where?
I'm not telling you. That's 65 altogether, love, and your pie's on its way.
Thanks.
Another brief visit, is it? Half an hour spent supping liver salts and then straight back in your pit.
Oh, very amusing. No, I think I'm over that touch of little indigestion I had earlier on, thank you very much. I should be pulling me weight, don't worry.
Oh, it's not your weight. It's the weight of them crates I'm worried about. Them down in the cellar that should be up here.
I'm aware of that. Don't worry. All will be seen to.